astounding. Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the Jonathan Hassinger Show. I, of course, am your host, John Hassinger. For this out-of-theater reaction to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, starring Jason Momoa, Tamora Morrison, Nicole Kidman, and the actor whose name I forgot to look up before.
Patrick Wilson, you idiot.
Plays Aquaman's brother, Orm. Amber Heard, Yahya Abdul-Mateen. In 2012, Zack Snyder took a new spin on The Man of Steel with The Man of Steel. A dark take on Superman. Not the Christopher Reeves, sunshine and rainbows. And over the last 11 years, cinematic universe that started with The Man of Steel is the antithesis to what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. The DCEU, a clunky, disjointed, just riddled with controversy and changing of people in charge, just a mess. And this was the final installment of the DCEU until James Gunn and Peter Safran take over on July 25th or July 17th, 2025 with Superman Legacy. Now, everybody was ready to just shove this movie down the toilet like a dead goldfish. And I agree with some of the takes that I've seen out there. However, I feel like buried in this action-packed, fun, loud, bright comic book movie are two themes that I don't see often enough in films that I really enjoyed. The first one being a side character, a minor arc. The guy, I always forget his name too, but he plays Jimmy Woo in the MCU. He's Asian Jim.
Randall Park, you idiot.
He's great. He plays the scientist who helps Black Manta find this, made-up chemical, vibranium, coaxium, whatever, that he needs to kind of destroy the world, destroy Earth. Fast forward global warming, basically, is what he's doing. And all he wants to do, this Jimmy Woo character, all he wants to do is discover it and see Atlantis, the myths. But the guy in charge, the guy with more power, wants to use it for destructive purposes. He's a scientist, and he's kind of being forced to do some evil shit. I know I said I don't see it enough in movies. It's literally Oppenheimer. It's these geniuses kind of being controlled by people in power, and their own curiosity is kind of blinding them from the morality of it all. So I love that part. Another part that I loved, it was the best part of the movie, it was the only part of the movie that you care about. Obviously at the end of Aquaman 1, he has to dethrone his brother and throw him in jail. They basically have him on the surface, just giving him enough water to keep him alive. But they're forced to break him out. Actually, Aquaman is forced to break him out because he has this council now, because he's the king, that he has to report to. And it's these 12 people that if he can't get the majority of their vote, they're not going to okay what he wants to do. So he knew they wouldn't okay this, so he just goes and breaks his brother out by himself. And it's pretty funny because he's so skinny and emaciated, and he's got the beard and the long hair. Aquaman calls him Castaway. And but before he goes, Dolph Lundgren's character is like, yo, don't trust him. You cannot trust him. So they plant that seed. So the whole movie, you're waiting for Orm to turn on Aquaman. And there's 2 moments where it almost happens. But then they have this conversation, him and Aquaman. It's the best part of the movie. He's Aquaman's I never wanted the throne. And Orm's like, it's insane because like the day you were born, my father told me You're just waiting for the day to take my throne. And Aquaman's like, I don't want it, I hate it. And he's like, you were better at it. You were just a dick. And just that idea of a dethroned leader being like, yo, you were good at all the leader stuff, but you were just an asshole. And then that person kind of like understanding that and showing it, because they're getting ready for battle. And, you know, Dolph Lundgren's character hates Orm. So he's given all the soldiers guns. He gives Orm just an axe. And he's like, And then in the battle, Dolph Lundgren's character is like he's about to be killed. Like he's being eaten. Like this monster has like its tentacle on his foot and he can't get it off. And it's pulling him off a cliff. And Orm's right there. And Dolph Lundgren's character is like, save me! And Orm just looks at him and he's like, and he leaves. And Dolph Lundgren's like, ah! And he's being pulled down. And then the next thing you know, Orm comes swinging around with the axe and chops the tentacle and saves, you know, Ivan Drago. And so I really enjoyed that part of the movie. Are there generic lines in this where I was like, this is a reshoot dialogue that they wrote once and they didn't rewrite it all? And some pretty big eye roll moments from Amber Heard. Even Nicole Kidman was just like a little like, you did that in one take. Like, they're attacking the kingdom. We must stop them. That's a line in the movie from Amber Heard. And it's a shame because Mira is a more interesting character than Aquaman, in my opinion. I want to let everyone know, I wanted to go to the movies today. Due to time constraints, Aquaman was my fourth choice. So take that with a grain of salt. My final thoughts, I did not hate this movie. It does not deserve the hate it's getting. It's a fun Aquaman movie. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. Without a doubt. I feel like this movie was rewritten so many times that by the time they finally nailed the story, they just didn't have time for dialogue. And then all the special effects are amazing. I love how they had the unicorn, or the seahorse from the comics. The stealth suit was pretty cool. I love the buddy cop with the brothers. I love that. I'm a sucker for it. Let me know what you guys think. If you saw it, let me know. If you're going to go see it, let me know when. And if you're not, let me know why. Like I said, if you're crunched for time and there's no other movies playing in this window you have, Aquaman is fine. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. I gotta go.